In this video today, Joy Reid has a special message for Trump supporters.
Make your own dinner, MAGA. Make your own sandwiches. Wipe your own tears.
The Democratic mayor of Tucson is fighting back against Trump's mass deportation plans.
I believe they are cruel and immoral.
And Mark Zuckerberg is now going full MAGA. He met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago today.
He wants to support the national renewal of America under President Trump's leadership.
Well, when it comes to what Joy Reid is eating for Thanksgiving, let's just say gratitude is not on the menu because she had a special message to Trump supporters. Watch.
These are the people who say the undocumented, who they get to call illegal immigrants, like the Pilgrims had permission to come here, have to suffer the consequences of their actions, right? They made the choice to overstay their visas or come into our country illegally. So if they get deported, consequences. But you right-wingers shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of your votes? You don't want to be around me because I voted for fascism. No fair. I'm coughing on you with COVID, but you want me to wear a mask for your safety? No fair. My body, my choice. Well, here's an alternative thought. Make your own dinner, MAGA. Make your own sandwiches. Wipe your own tears. Troll amongst yourselves with Elon and leave us alone. You got your heart's desire, the president you dreamed of, and worship instead of Jesus. And this time, you didn't even have to storm the Capitol, smash the windows, or try to kill police officers or issue death threats to poll workers. See? You did it just by voting this time. Congrats. You got your way. And he even got away with breaking the law. Yay.
Okay, so I guess Joy Reid just could not resist using Thanksgiving as a time to take a swipe at Trump voters, or particularly MAGA is really who she's speaking to, with insults and her condescending attitude. It's so interesting how your first name could be Joy, but you're totally filled with hate. How does that happen, right? And here's the other thing. Even though Thanksgiving is supposed to be a time of unity, gratitude, and bringing the family together, she's operating with the opposite mindset, of course. But there's more. Watch.
But if you expect the 73 million who voted for the prosecutor, not the felon, and particularly the 92% of black women who voted for Kamala to give you a cookie for your vote, a trophy, a hug, a high five, you might be asking too much. If we want to eat with you, we will. But if we just want some peace over the holidays and we don't want to put up with your trolling while we eat our tofurkey, get over it. Stop acting like we owe you. And for God's sakes, stop whining. It's embarrassing. Our Thanksgiving. Our choice.
Okay, so she left off with a statement, our Thanksgiving, our choice. Doesn't that sound familiar? Like my body, my choice, right? Thanksgiving, autonomy. Any of you people have someone like that in your family out there. Don't waste your energy trying to judge them, trying to convince them. That's between them and God. You stay true to the positive values that represents why this country is so great. Don't allow people like her to drag you down, okay? Now, what I find funny is she's so focused on division, but Trump is already focused on delivering real results, and he hasn't even taken office because the Mexico president just came out and agreed to stop all migrant caravans from reaching the southern border. So Trump just posted this on Truth Social, just had a wonderful conversation with the new president of Mexico, Claudia Pardo. She has agreed to stop migration through Mexico and into the United States, effectively closing our southern border. We also talked about what can be done to stop the massive drug inflow into the United States and also U.S. consumption of these drugs. It was a very productive conversation. And then he followed up by saying Mexico will stop people from going to our southern border effective immediately. This will go a long way towards stopping the illegal invasion of the USA. Thank you. Okay, so what does this really tell us? Well, it's telling us that Mexico's swift response to Trump's tariff threats shows the power of America First policies and strong leadership. I told you, when Trump speaks, people respond. Now, clearly, this backs up the promises that he made during his campaign. And it's obviously a clear signal to the world that America will no longer tolerate being taken advantage of. With Trump back in charge, the border is finally becoming secure again. Now, since we're on this topic of immigration and border security, yes, there are still mayors and governors coming out and being defiant and saying they're not going to comply with mass deportation. Well, Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, had some nice words for the Tucson, Arizona mayor. Watch this.
Tom, here's how the mayor of Tucson responded to Trump's border plans. Watch.
I am deeply troubled by President-elect Trump's plans for mass deportation. I believe they are cruel and immoral. I will work with our police chief to make sure that our focus remains on protecting and serving Tucsonans. I am unwavering in my commitment to this fight.
Okay, so you heard what she had to say, and here's how I see it, right? So Democrats who, like her, who claim to stand for safety and inclusion, but their policies often put migrants and American citizens at risk. Tell me how that makes sense, right? Because her compassion is ahead of the rule of law. So you would rather feel sorry for these illegal migrants than to make sure that families and American citizens are safe. Now, here's what Tom Homan had to say.
Well, first of all, what's cruel about it? We have a massive illegal immigration flow on the border, historic flows that overwhelm the Border Patrol. Sex trafficking up 600%. 250,000 dead Americans from fentanyl. We got a record number of known suspected terrorists and people on the terrorist watch list crossing the border. We got children dying on the border every day. We got women being sexually assaulted by the cartels every day. Someone's going to die on the border tonight. Women are being raped on the border tonight. So what's cruel about securing that border and saving lives, first of all? But I'll give her the same warning I'm giving the rest of the sanctuary city mayors and the governors. You can not help us. That's fine. You should get the hell out of the way then, because we're going to do the job. President Trump has said public safety threats and national security threats will be the priority right out of the gate. And I can't believe there's any elected official that doesn't want public safety threats out of their communities. Their number one responsibility is protecting the communities. So if they're not going to do it, we'll do it for them.
Guys, this is common sense, all right? By refusing to cooperate with federal authorities, all they're really doing is choosing politics over public safety. That's all it really is. And like I stated earlier, it's just going to backfire on them. But why are we showing you guys this? Because we are going to tell the truth every step of the way. We learned last time that the media had a monopoly on the truth. They told you what they wanted you to hear. Now, this next story is very encouraging because this is what happens when you put common sense over politics. Yeah, the Washington Commanders, who also used to be known as the Washington Redskins, are thinking about going back to the name and bringing back the logo.
We were calling out leaders on a case of really woke gone wrong. The irony that they were canceling Native American culture as the DEI movement went way too far. Look, this is honoring a Blackfeet chief who was born in Montana. He's highly esteemed. The Blackfeet tribe of Montana, their current chairman and the tribal council signed a letter in strong support to bring the logo back. It honors Indian country. So we've had good discussions with the NFL and with the Commanders. There's good faith negotiations going forward that's going to allow this logo to be used again. Perhaps revenues going to a foundation that could help Native Americans in sports and so forth. We're making good progress. And based on the good faith negotiations, I made the decision to support this bill yesterday in the committee.
I know that they put a plaque up at Northwest Stadium honoring Wetzel and the logo. It'd be great to see it back on the.
Heard on another podcast where someone said that America is auto-correcting itself, right? When we get to extreme, we pull ourselves back in such a epic way. Now, one of the examples of the shift that has taken place in America is this reporting coming out that Mark Zuckerberg has met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago today. Here is Stephen Miller discussing it.
Mark Zuckerberg has been very clear about his desire to be a supporter of and a participant in this change that we're seeing all around America, all around the world with this reform movement that Donald Trump is leading. Mark Zuckerberg, like so many business leaders, understand that President Trump is an agent of change, an agent of prosperity.
Right.
And so business leaders, CEOs, everywhere, they want to be an element, a supporter, a booster of making our economy prosperous, delivering for American workers, and making sure that America is the most powerful, wealthiest, freest nation on the face of the earth. So we'll see what comes of that. Yeah. And Mark, obviously, he has his own interests, and he has his own company, and he has his own agenda, but he's made clear that he wants to support the national renewal of America under President Trump's leadership.
Now, remember, President Trump is supposed to be the guy they called Hitler, fascist, someone who is going to destroy the U.S. Constitution, right? A threat to our democracy, unhinged. then why are all these people voting for him? Why has the country shifted to the right? And why are people like Mark Zuckerberg meeting with him? Right? I think that probably tells the full story of why MSDNC and these legacy media and these left-wing influencers, why they're all in trouble right now. Because they pretty much had to lie to their audience in order to get the clicks, the views, and the money. But because that lie did not become a reality, they're SOL. Now it's time to hear your opinion in the comment section below. What do you guys think about what, Joy Reid, which I like to call her Deranged Reid, her holiday message to people like you and me? But listen, my holiday message to you is very simple. Stay grateful, stay focused, and stay true, right? Now, there was a story that we did a video on earlier today that was outrageous. The View erupted because they were calling for Joe Biden to pardon his son, Hunter Biden. It's just insane. And one of the co-hosts actually did not agree with this. So if you guys want to check out that video and more stories from earlier today, all you have to do is click on the video because it's coming up right now.